Well, the M4 Sherman Tank was the workhorse of the United States Army Armor Corps throughout World War II and most of Korea. You have to understand about the way we thought before World War II that we were going to fight enemy tanks. The idea would be that the tanks are rolling forward in support of the infantry. When the enemy deployed tanks, then our tanks would pull back and be replaced with tank destroyers, which would have bigger guns, and they would destroy the enemy tanks, and then we could move on. It didn't work that way. What wound up happening is that the Sherman tank wound up fighting German tanks in North Africa, Sicily, Italy, and Central Europe. The German tanks generally have bigger guns, thicker armor. They were just better tanks all the way around. Our tanks were more dependable, but the rule of thumb in those days was if a Panther rolled out onto the battlefield, then you needed to send out 6 to 8 Shermans to get it. And you were going to sacrifice half or more of the tanks that you sent out to get one enemy tank. The tank started out with a 75mm gun, which was just this side of useless against any German armor. Then they upgraded to a 76mm gun with a higher velocity, and that did a little bit better job. Like you could knock out Tiger tanks by hitting them in the rear, but you had to get really, really close, and that's not easy to do, or wasn't easy to do. It had a 5-man crew. There was a driver, the bow gunner, who was also the radioman, and then in the turret you had the vehicle commander, the gunner, and the loader. And like I say, it was a very dependable tank, but the British called them Ronsons. Back in those days, it was a very popular cigarette lighter called the Ronson lighter. That's why the British called them Ronsons, because they would light just like a Ronson. So yeah, the British would say they brew up, like you'd brew up a cup of tea, you brew up a tank.